Every Cheeto begins its life not as a snack, but as a seed planted months earlier in wide sun-drenched fields across the American Midwest. This corn isn't ordinary. Farmers grow a specific hybrid variety that's bred for its dense structure, high starch content, and consistent moisture levels, all essential for creating that iconic Cheetos crunch. Once harvested, tons of golden kernels are transported in huge truckloads to Frito-Lay processing plants, where their journey truly begins. The moment the trucks arrive, advanced sensors and quality inspectors get to work. Samples are pulled from each load to test for size uniformity, moisture levels, color, and even aroma. If the batch doesn't meet strict standards, it doesn't enter the factory. Cheetos only begin with perfect corn. The approved kernels are unloaded into massive steel silos, towering several stories high. Inside these silos, the corn is kept in a controlled environment, dry, cool, and protected from contamination. These storage systems ensure the corn remains fresh, even when held for weeks at a time. Before processing, the kernels undergo an intense cleaning phase. High-power air jets blast away loose particles like husks and dust, while gravity tables separate heavier, healthy kernels from broken or irregular pieces. Magnets remove any metal debris that machinery could have introduced during harvest. Even tiny stones nearly invisible to the eye are detected and removed by vibration sorters. By the time the corn leaves the cleaning area, every single kernel is flawless. Next, the purified corn is milled into corn grits, the heart of the Cheeto. But this isn't simple grinding. Industrial roller mills crack the kernels with precise force, separating the nutrient-rich germ from the starch-heavy endosperm. The germ is removed to prevent spoilage and to create a stable base with the perfect crunch potential. What remains is a coarse, sandy grit with uniform particle size, ideal for extrusion. These grits are then sent into giant mixing tanks, where warm water and specially chosen oils are added. The ratios here are exact. Too little water and the dough becomes brittle. Too much and it clogs the machinery. State-of-the-art moisture sensors continuously scan the mixture, adjusting inputs in real time to match Frito-Lay's strict formula. Slowly, the gritty powder transforms into a thick, dense dough, not soft or stretchy like bread dough, but firm, compact, and perfectly textured for extrusion. If anything feels off, moisture a fraction too high, grains too coarse, or temperature even slightly out of range, the entire batch is immediately rerouted, recycled, and corrected. This is where the magic of Cheetos begins. Simple ingredients elevated by science, engineering, and extreme precision. Before the cheesy dust, before the crunch, before the bright orange glow, every Cheeto starts right here, with corn that has been purified, refined, tested, and transformed into the perfect dough ready for its explosive evolution in the next stage of production. Once the dough reaches perfect consistency, it moves toward the heart of the entire Cheetos operation, the extruder. This enormous steel machine stretches several meters long and operates like a combination of a pressure cooker, a furnace, and an industrial pasta maker. As soon as the dough enters the extruder, powerful rotating screws begin pushing it forward. These screws spin with such force that they not only transport the dough, but also knead, compress, and cook it simultaneously. Inside this enclosed chamber, temperatures soar and pressure builds to extreme levels, creating the perfect environment for transforming dense corn dough into something entirely different. As the dough journeys through the extruder, the friction generated by the screws heats it rapidly, sometimes up to 300 degrees Fahrenheit, 150 degrees Celsius. The pressure can reach hundreds of pounds per square inch. Engineers monitor these conditions constantly because just a slight change can alter the signature crunch of the final snack. Under this intense combination of heat and pressure, the dough becomes gelatinized, its starch molecules swell, soften, and prepare for the dramatic expansion to come. By the time the mixture approaches the exit, it's no longer just dough. It has become a hot, elastic, pressurized mass ready for its explosive transformation. At the end of the chamber lies a small metal plate called a die, a crucial piece of equipment precisely engineered with multiple tiny openings. Each die determines the shape of the Cheeto. The original crunchy curls, airy puffs, twisted shapes, and even limited edition designs all originate from custom dies. When the superheated dough is forced through these minuscule holes, it undergoes a sudden and extreme change. The instant it exits the high-pressure interior and meets normal atmospheric pressure, the moisture trapped inside the dough explodes into steam. This rapid expansion causes the dough to puff dramatically, forming the airy interior structure that makes Cheetos so light yet crunchy. The dough doesn't simply ooze out, it erupts through the die in long, continuous ribbon-like curls, almost like a bizarre, living rope of expanding corn. Positioned right at the exit are high-speed rotating knives, spinning so fast they become a blur. These blades chop the continuous curl into perfectly sized pieces, slicing thousands of future Cheetos every minute. Workers and engineers never physically touch the product. It's a fully automated dance between the dough, the die, and precision machinery. This whole process happens in mere seconds, yet it's responsible for one of the most recognizable snack shapes in the world. What began as a thick, heavy corn dough has now transformed into soft, pale, freshly puffed Cheeto pieces, still warm, still fragile, and still waiting for the flavors and colors that will turn them into the iconic orange snacks loved around the globe. After the explosive puffing stage, the raw Cheeto pieces, still pale, warm, and delicate, move into one of the most crucial phases of their creation: cooking. These fresh curls aren't crunchy yet. They have a soft, foam-like texture. To transform them into the crispy snack we know, the factory uses two entirely different cooking methods depending on the Cheeto variety: deep frying for the classic crunchy Cheetos and air baking for the lighter puffs. For crunchy Cheetos, the journey drops them straight into enormous industrial fryers, each one the size of a small swimming pool and filled with thousands of liters of scorching hot oil. The temperature is maintained with scientific precision, often around 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 175 degrees Celsius, because even a tiny drop or rise can change the texture, flavor, or color. As the curls plunge into the oil, they bubble fiercely. The intense heat forces the remaining moisture deep inside each curl to rapidly escape as steam, creating tiny hollow pockets that form the classic, airy, crunchy interior. Meanwhile, the exterior hardens into that firm, crisp shell with its familiar rough texture. Powerful circulation pumps keep the oil moving constantly, creating gentle currents that stir the Cheetos so they don't stick together or burn. Every second inside the fryer is calculated too long, and they become overly hard; too short, and they remain soft. In under a minute, the raw curls have transformed into fully cooked, golden brown snacks. For Cheetos Puffs, the process is completely different. No oil, no frying. Instead, the delicate, puffed pieces travel into long, tunnel-like ovens that stretch across the factory floor. Inside these ovens, giant fans blast controlled waves of hot air, circulating around the curls like a convection storm. Temperatures can vary across different oven zones, allowing the puffs to dry slowly, evenly, and gently. This method preserves their airy structure while creating a light outer crispness that crunches softly instead of snapping like the crunchy variety. The baking process also allows the puffs to expand slightly more, giving them their iconic round, cloud-like shape. Robots and sensors monitor airflow, humidity, and timing to ensure every puff comes out identical, fluffy, crisp, and perfectly shaped. Once the frying or baking is complete, all types of Cheetos move on to cooling conveyors, long stretching belts where large industrial fans blow cool air across the freshly cooked snacks. This stage might seem simple, but it's critical. Fresh Cheetos come out piping hot, and if the cheese powder hits them too soon, it melts, clumps, or sticks unevenly. The cooling process stabilizes each curl structure, locking in its crunch while bringing its temperature down to the perfect point for seasoning. As they travel along the conveyor, the now fully cooked Cheetos gently rattle and tumble, shedding excess oil or crumbs while preparing for the most important step of all: becoming coated in that unmistakable, bright orange cheese flavor. Now we arrive at the moment every Cheeto fan dreams about: the step that turns a simple puffed corn curl into the bright, cheesy snack that leaves your fingers stained orange. After cooling, the freshly cooked Cheetos enter towering, rotating seasoning drums, gigantic metal cylinders slowly turning like cement mixers. These drums are engineered to coat every curve, ridge, and gap of each Cheeto with scientific accuracy. As the kernels tumble inside, the process begins with a delicate spray of warm, superfine oil mist. This oil doesn't add flavor. Instead, it acts like adhesive, creating the perfect surface for the seasoning to cling to. Without this oil layer, the cheese powder would simply slide off. Then comes the star of the show, the legendary Cheetos cheese seasoning. This is no ordinary powder. It's a carefully engineered blend that includes real cheddar cheese powder, whey for creaminess, buttermilk solids, salt, onion powder, garlic, paprika, tomato powder, and a mix of natural flavors. The powder is dropped into the drum in controlled bursts, and ultra-precise dispensers ensure that every batch receives the exact same amount. High-speed sensors measure color intensity, density, and distribution in real time. If the seasoning is too light, the machine automatically increases the flow. If too heavy, it slows it down to avoid clumping. Inside the drum, the kernels tumble over and over, rubbing against each other as the rotating movement dusts them evenly. This tumbling process lasts only seconds, but the engineering behind it is sophisticated, perfectly calculated angles. Speed and rotation ensure flawless coverage. Workers stationed nearby constantly observe texture, color brightness, and aroma, while automated spectrometers check for the exact shade of Cheetos orange. Even the humidity of the room is monitored because moisture can affect how the powder sticks. By the time the kernels exit the seasoning drum, they are completely transformed. What was once a pale, puffed corn shape now bursts with a bold, vibrant orange glow. The smell of cheddar is unmistakable. The coating is uniform and velvety, and each piece is packed with the flavor that made Cheetos famous. They come out warm, aromatic, and irresistible, the cheesy identity fully locked in. Before any Cheeto ever reaches a store shelf, it must survive one final and incredibly strict stage quality control. This isn't just a quick glance or a taste test. Frito-Lay runs one of the most advanced snack testing operations in the world, and every batch of Cheetos is examined like a high-tech science project. Throughout the production line, workers pull samples every few minutes and deliver them to specialized laboratories located right inside the factory. Here, food scientists, engineers, and sensory experts begin a battery of precision tests designed to guarantee that every kernel, puff, and crunch meets the gold standard of the Cheetos brand. Well, the first test examines moisture content, one of the most critical factors. If there's even a tiny bit too much moisture, the Cheetos will become soft or stale within days. Too little, and they'll taste dry or crumbly. Specialists place samples into machines that heat and weigh the pieces, calculating moisture down to fractions of a percent. Next comes the seasoning evaluation. Scientists use digital scanners to measure the amount of cheese powder on each kernel. Even distribution is essential, no pale patches, no overly coated clumps. They also analyze color with sensitive spectrometers to ensure every piece matches the exact shade of bright, iconic Cheetos orange. But one of the most fascinating tests involves sound. Yes, sound. Inside a quiet room designed to block outside noise, scientists use tiny microphones to measure the exact frequency of a Cheetos crunch. There is a specific crunch pitch and decibel level that defines a perfect Cheeto. If the crunch sound is off too soft, too dull, too sharp, that signals a problem in cooking, moisture levels, or structure. Adjustments are immediately made on the production line, while texture tests follow. Machines apply gentle pressure to each sample, measuring how much force it takes to snap a Cheeto in half. This ensures that every kernel is sturdy enough to hold its shape, but crisp enough to break cleanly with that signature bite. Even the shape consistency is judged unusual, or malformed kernels are rejected. Finally, the packaging is evaluated. Bags are checked for perfect seals, correct inflation, and durability. A weak seal could let air in and destroy freshness. So each bag is stress tested to ensure it survives transport, storage, and handling. Any piece or whole batch that fails even a single test is rejected, reworked, or recycled back into the system. Only the batches that pass every scientific, visual, and sensory requirement move forward to the next phase. These quality checks guarantee that when a consumer opens a bag, whether in Texas or Tokyo, every Cheeto inside delivers the same unmistakable crunch, flavor, and cheesy satisfaction that fans expect. After passing every quality test, the finished Cheetos enter one of the most mesmerizing and fast-paced areas of the factory, the packaging zone. Here, the brightly colored curls travel along massive stainless steel conveyors toward towering multi-head weighing machines. These machines are astonishingly precise. They don't just drop random amounts into bags, they measure the product to the gram. Each stainless steel cup opens and closes in perfect synchronization, ensuring that every bag contains the exact advertised weight, no more and no less. Too little violates standards. Too much costs the company millions. Precision is everything. Meanwhile, the packaging material itself begins its transformation. Giant rolls of printed plastic film unwind into the forming machines, where heat, pressure, and rollers shape them into the familiar Cheetos bag. These rolls are custom printed with high-resolution graphics showing the flavor, branding, nutrition information, and Chester Cheetah himself. Once the bag is formed into a tube shape, the bottom is sealed shut, instantly turning the flat film into a real 3D bag. As the weighed Cheetos drop from the funnel, the bag quickly closes around them, but before it seals, something crucial happens. A burst of pure nitrogen gas is pumped into each bag. Many people think snack bags are filled with air, but it's nitrogen. This inert gas keeps the product fresh, prevents moisture from entering, and cushions the Cheetos so they don't crumble during transport. That satisfying puffiness when you press a Cheetos bag, that's the nitrogen doing its job. Next, high-speed heat sealers clamp the top of the bag shut within milliseconds. The bag is pressed, sealed, cooled, and then released into the next stage, printing. Laser coders stamp every package with an expiration date, production line number, and time code. This information ensures full traceability, meaning if anything goes wrong, the company can pinpoint exactly where and when the bag was made. From here, robotic arms take over. Sophisticated pick-and-place robots sort finished bags, arranging them into neat rows before sliding them into cardboard boxes. These boxes are then folded, sealed, bar-coded, and stacked with robotic precision onto wooden pallets. Each pallet holds hundreds of bags, stacked in a geometric pattern designed for maximum efficiency and stability. Finally, electric pallet movers load the finished pallets into giant semi-trucks waiting at the dock. Some pallets head to regional warehouses, while others travel directly to major retailers. From supermarket aisles to small convenience stores, from vending machines to school lunches, every bag of Cheetos starts its journey in this high-tech packaging hub. What began as simple corn has now become a globally distributed snack traveling across cities, countries, and continents. Whether you buy it from a gas station or a grocery store, the journey always starts right here in one of the fastest, smartest snack distribution systems in the world. And so, the journey of a humble corn kernel concludes, transformed into one of the world's most iconic and irresistible snacks, the Cheeto. What begins as a simple golden grain undergoes an extraordinary transformation, a careful choreography of science, engineering, and culinary creativity. From the moment the corn is ground into fine meal, it embarks on a process designed to maximize texture, flavor, and crunch. It passes through the high-speed extrusion machines, where heat, pressure, and air work together to puff and shape each piece with precision. Every curl and twist is a testament to engineering mastery, ensuring that each bite delivers the perfect snap. But the magic doesn't stop there. Once the Cheetos emerge from their mechanical birth, they are bathed in a tantalizing layer of oil and cheese seasoning. It's a delicate dance. Too much coating, and the snack would lose its crispness. Too little, and it would lack the flavor punch fans crave. Laboratory tests and tasting panels work behind the scenes, fine-tuning seasoning blends and crunch levels, ensuring consistency across thousands of bags produced daily. Even the nitrogen flush during packaging, a process invisible to consumers, is essential. It preserves freshness, locks in flavor, and guarantees that the moment you crack open a bag, the scent of cheesy goodness hits just right. While every element of the process, from grinding and puffing to seasoning and sealing, is meticulously monitored, it's easy to overlook the complexity when you're enjoying a handful during a movie or sharing them with friends. But each Cheeto embodies hours of research, experimentation, and quality control. This is why the snack has transcended mere food status, becoming a cultural icon instantly recognizable, consistently addictive, and adored worldwide. So the next time you hear that crunch, pause for a moment to appreciate what you're really tasting. Not just cheese and corn, but a marvel of modern food science. Behind every crisp, vibrant, and flavorful Cheeto is a story of transformation, precision, and innovation. It's a reminder that even the simplest ingredients, when handled with care and ingenuity, can become something extraordinary, a snack that doesn't just satisfy hunger, but ignites joy, nostalgia, and a little guilty pleasure in nearly every corner of the world. From the factory floor to your fingertips, Cheetos are more than a snack. They are an experience, an icon, and a crunchy testament to the wonders of human creativity.